Welcome back. So today's thumbnail is boxes and bits and bobs. Haven't done a video for a couple of weeks. I've been trying to make a bit of progress on the boxes. As they always are, they do seem to take a lot of time. And I've been on two of them and made some progress. So we'll go right through them. As you can see, the first one is the Dronsfield Bros. So since the last video, I've been doing some welding and filling and some red oxiding. So it's just about ready for the top coat. So I'm going to zoom you in and we can have a look and see what I've been up to. Right, so let's get you closer. So here we are now then. Good. So yeah, the last video I was a bit worried about the underneath of it, and it's where the box brackets poke through the bottom of the box. I said I was going to try and weld some plates on, and I did. I've done one either side, yeah, I obviously gas welded them. It's incredibly thin, this box. Don't think it's rust really, even though it's a bit of rust. I think they're just, well, all boxes are very thin anyway, but it was incredibly difficult. I gas welded it, did a continuous bead round there, but obviously I got a fair amount of distortion. So I've used, I think you've seen it before. It seems to be quite good stuff. The Isopon, I think it's Isopon liquid metal. Very similar to carb body filler, so I've used some of that. Goes off very hard. I've done a fair bit of rubbing down, and I mean, yes, you can still see, it's been repaired, but I think it looks quite tidy, fairly respectable. I mean, the rest of the box, I've bashed it out as much as I can, and I think that's really as much as I'm going to do with the box. You could spend an awful long time getting that perfect, but I think it's a whole lot better than what it was, and it fits the mower quite nicely. So I think I'm going to probably get on and start putting the top coats on. Obviously it's going to be the same British Racing Green as what we've got there, and I think it'll finish it off. The only thing that I won't be able to reproduce at the moment, because I don't think I've seen one, well, I know I haven't seen one, and that it would have had a transfer on the front. It would have had a little bit like most mowers, it would have had a nice transfer on the front, but there was nothing left of this one, and I've not seen another one. So till we get a photo of one, I think just got to paint it and be happy with that for now. So yeah, I've done a couple of coats of red oxide, so it's really ready for the top coat. So I've been thinking about it. I thought, shall I spray paint it? I've got one of these little spray guns that are quite good, and I thought, shall I do that, shan't I? But seeing I've brush painted the mower, I think it's probably only fair to just continue and brush paint it. I've got a reasonably good new brush, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a fairly good finish. So I'm going to try the inside first, and then we'll see how it goes with that, and hopefully if I can get a fairly good finish on that, I will carry on and do the outside. So we'll see what that's like. So luckily I've got plenty of paint left. Let's give it a good stir. This was the Universal Racing Green. I think it does, yeah, wood and metal. Seems to be quite good. It's gone on the mower nicely anyway, so I think it's probably quite a good quality paint. Right, let's go and get a rag. just see how well that goes on. Be nice not to get too many brush marks in it, but let's see how it goes. So I think we'll have a go at the inside first. So probably. Okay, well let's start at the back somewhere and just see. I think the only thing I did find about this paint, it does take quite a bit of time to dry, so I thought if I do the inside first, then I can probably get onto the outside quite quickly. If you probably start handling it too much, too early, you spoil the finish. Get this in there, and we'll have a closer look. Let's have a go at one of the inside bits as well. We'll get a feel for what it's like. I've still got plenty of this left, so I think probably, as usual, I think I'm going to do a couple of coats, but my feeling is I will probably have to leave it for at least a week before I can do the second coat. These cold days and evenings are not ideal for paint drying. So I think it's looking quite good. Sun shining through here, but it's probably difficult to see. But let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think it's looking quite good, and can't really see too many brush marks. So I think that's, if I can get the outside looking like that, I'll be very happy. So I think there is an expression, isn't there? I think watching paint dry, you probably don't want to watch me paint the whole thing. I think I'll probably do that off camera. So I'll finish the inside, and if I can, I'll prop it up and I'll see if I can get some of the outside done. So I think that's going to be good. So we'll put that one by just for a moment, and then we'll get on to the next one I've been at. So that was the Dronsfield Bros, as we said, to fit the Dronsfield mower. Now, the next one I've been at is the Camera Ladies. This is her little Greens Multum in Parvo, 10-inch, gear-driven hand mower. I think you probably remember last time you saw this, the metal was in its raw state, and I'd only done it just to hold it together and sort of get the form of it. It obviously had nice little Phillips headed screws in there. So I found some nice slotted ones, which would be more appropriate, brass ones. They do seem to break quite easy, so you've got to be quite careful. But I've done those all the way along. What did I do? I rubbed it down, since I've last seen, I rubbed it down. Obviously I took it apart first. I painted it red oxide. It's had a couple of coats. And then obviously with the nice brass screws, screwed it back together. And I've also done the brackets, put some slotted ones in, had to recycle some brass screws there. Couldn't get any new ones, or didn't have any to hand. So we've got all nice slotted screws in there. So with these early boxes, the wood on them, I know some people leave the wood or they varnish it, and they do look nice, I must say. They do look nice when they're done, and then obviously paint the metal work the same colour as the mower. And they do look right. But however, I think this one was painted all over. I'm pretty sure it was. I rubbed it down, and there's definitely traces of old paint there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all of it in one colour, and I think that's probably how this box probably would have been. So I think that's probably the plan on that. I think what we can see there is a little bit of the old primer there. I've rubbed it down reasonably well, but I think that's going to be fine. So I think the plan with this is yeah, paint it all one colour, and obviously you won't get to see the wood, but I think it was probably right for this box. There was paint on there obviously originally, quite a lot of it, so I feel this probably was painted. So we'll do that. So what I was going to do is, being we've got wood here, I was going to use some wood primer, which is probably best to start that job off with. And I've been digging around and I've found an old tin of International paint, and I stirred it up earlier, and it's a bit lumpy, but we'll just try it, and if I don't have to go and buy another pot of paint for this small amount of priming, that'll be good. So we'll just try that on the inside, and I think it's going to be probably a coat or two of this, and then we'll go on to the top coat, which was a light green. I've got plenty left, and we'll do that. I'll do that another day. So we'll just see what this primer's going to go on like. Quite how lumpy it is, I don't know. I don't think that's too bad. Looks like with these boxes, these wooden boxes, most of the early ones, they did use all sorts of different types of wood at the time. I'm pretty sure this wood, it's a soft wood, so I'm guessing it's probably pine or something. But I know some of them did use a harder wood, probably beech or possibly ash. But I think this is probably pine. This is. But it's good enough to reuse it, I think. Nice to try and keep as much of it original as possible. Cheap brushes here, and the bristles are coming out. Well, one is. Yeah. I can't blame the paint for that, can I? get that hair out. Walk it towards me then. Right, so I can get the edge. Probably I got away with just putting the green paint straight on top, but I think it's probably quite nice to put a primer on there. Looks like it might have had a primer originally, so. So I think that's looking quite reasonably good as well. So for a tatty old pot of paint that I've found, I think that's going to be quite acceptable. So I will finish a bit like the Dronsfield Bros. I will finish priming both sides. May put another coat on in the week depending on how well it dries. And then I'll be up for the top coat on that one. So I'm going to put this one by. We don't even need to do that. We'll probably leave that as it is. What have I been doing? The other two boxes in question were the Follows and Baits chain tennis, which I swing you round. Sadly, it's not looking any different to what it did 2 weeks ago. Obviously, I need to make the metal work up for that. So again, that will be something. I think I'm going to concentrate on just trying to get the two to start with, and then we'll get cracking on that. And then probably my early Suffolk punch box. So I've got an old 14-inch one there, which we've been through this before, but it's really not very good. And I've got a better 17-inch one, which I have had a quick look on eBay, but it seems to be quite difficult to find good early 14-inch boxes. So I've got a feeling it may well be the 17 that I cut down and use that box, because it's quite sound, that box. It's the right shape, it's got the right brackets. So I think it's probably going to be the cut and shut. So on that, obviously the 17-inch punch, as you can see, it has two punches on there. Being the 17-inch, the transfer was a bit different. Now, the old Lawnmower Club has very kindly sourced me or had some nice transfers made up. So what we've got, I will get that out and then we'll have a look. Prop that one go up a bit. So the 14-inch punch is going to look very similar to that. Somebody's doctored that one, but let's have a look in here. I'd be wise. Take my gloves off. Let's have a look. So, here we are. So, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but there we are. So that is an early transfer for that 14-inch box, and it looks just about the right size. So I think, looking at it, that's going to be just the job for the box when finished. So on that note, I'm going to show you, because I'm quite excited. We're going to go outside and we're going to have a look at my early Suffolk punch, the mower in question, and we have got the transfer on the chain case. So let's have a look. So there's the mower. Now last time you saw it, hasn't changed much apart from, we've got, let's have a look, the transfer on the side cover, chain case. Doesn't that look good? So again, it's the early Suffolk Punch with the motor mower part on there. So that, I think that really finishes it off, and once the box is done, it'll be like putting the cherry on the cake. So again, that came from the old Lawnmower Club, and it does appear that the chain cover one is slightly bigger than the box one. So it seems to fill the chain cover nicely and look right. Anyway, I hope you like it. So that's that. Right, let's go back in the garage. So, boxes and bits and bobs. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was hoping to have a bit more progress, but they do take time, these boxes, and the Dronsfield Bros, that did take quite a lot of time to get as far as I've got with it, and you could spend a lot more time on it, but as I said, I'm not going to. But I think it looked good. So my plans is to get the Dronsfield Bros, 2 coats of top coat, as I said, the green, and get the wood primer on the Camera Ladies Multum and Parvo Greens mower, both sides. Possibly, if it goes really well, get the green on there as well. So see how we get on. I'd like to get both boxes finished, and then I can get started on the Suffolk and hopefully get my chain tennis box underway. So yeah, I've got plenty to get on with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.